Thanks for tuning in to another talk here at the Product-Led Festival. Hope you're enjoying the event so far, because we've got even more juicy knowledge and insights from product-led pioneers heading your way. Remember to have your questions ready and get the tailored answers you need from the experts themselves. Sit back and enjoy. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Product-Led Festival. I'm delighted to introduce our next presentation from our partners at Yellowfin BI, who are going to be talking about finding the signal through the noise, the business benefits of embedded analytics. We've got two fantastic presenters taking the virtual stage in just a second. We have Morgan Mescal, who is Customer Success Manager at Yellowfin, as well as Rosa, who is Product Manager at iSight. So if we could all give them a big virtual round of applause and welcome them now.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Heather. Ashley, can you just confirm you can see my screen share?
Yep, I can see it.
Perfect. Thank you. So thank you, everyone, for joining us today. I really appreciate it. And thanks for the intro, Heather. My name is Morgan Mescal, and as Heather said, I'm a Customer Success Manager at Yellowfin BI. And quickly, I just want to share with you what we'll cover during today's session. First, we'll start with a quick introduction of what is embedded analytics and why is it important to product management. Then we'll get into the part I'm most excited about, which is speaking with Rosa, who's joining us from iSight. She's the lead product manager, and she's going to speak to those real and tangible benefits that she's seen by using an embedded solution. And then lastly, we'll take the last few minutes of today's call to take some questions from you in the audience, and feel free to put those in the chat as we go through. We'll monitor those. If you'd like to hold off till the end, you can certainly do that as well. So let's jump into it. We've all heard that data is king. And those that know how to get the right data really hold the keys to the kingdom. But it can become overwhelming when you think about the sheer volume and complexity of the data that you have. It's hard to find what's relevant and what's meaningful for the questions you're trying to answer or the problems you want to solve. Your customers need help finding that signal through all the noise of the data. And not just any signal, you need to make sure it's the right signal. So without a solution, your users' decisions may not be entirely data-led, and instead they're going to rely on their instincts, which is going to mean missed opportunities, time, money, and resources wasted, and unfortunately, those things combined ultimately lead to a bad customer experience. The onus is really on you as product managers to identify, manage, and understand the data. Help your customers find those insights, identify trends, and just make better decisions. So what is embedded analytics? In short, it's the integration of analytical capabilities and data visualizations into another software solution, ideally your solution. So by embedding real-time reports and dashboards into your existing solution, you're going to turn your customers into data heroes. They'll be able to identify, analyze, mitigate issues, and spot opportunities that are really going to maximize that customer experience. So what are the benefits included in analytics? The first one is a sustainable advantage. If you don't have analytics embedded within your application that serve up actionable insights for your customers, you're already falling behind your competition. Clients are coming to expect analytics on everything. And it's certainly, as a customer success manager, a growing trend that I've seen. I have these conversations with customers as what brought you to this solution. And I'm seeing more and more that it is a request from their end users to have more visibility and better insights into the data. And with more data being produced more now than ever before, organizations really need to capitalize on the insights that are available to their customers. You need to stay ahead of the competition, and embedded analytics is really what's going to get you there. The second benefit is amazing customer experience. And of course, as a customer success manager, this is something that I hold dear to my heart, is making sure that that customer experience is second to none, and those end users are really getting value out of this addition to your product. When you embed a business intelligence platform into your solution, it lets you deliver new capabilities that are really going to transform how your customers interact with your application. For example, they'll be able to code their own capabilities, get instant and automated insights without any of the pain of data discovery, and they can also collaborate and share right within the application. Embedded analytics also offers you the flexibility for an improved UI and more flexible design options, making it seem like a seamless transition from your application to the embedded solution. Your customers would be going from one product to another, but with those design options, they wouldn't know the difference, and it would be a smooth transition, keeping it inside your core product. So offering the best user experience is really what's going to set you apart from the competition and keep those customers loyal. The next added benefit is finding additional revenue streams, because your customers will see the value in embedded analytics and what it's going to allow them to do. You can add additional revenue streams and upsell your current customers. The analytics module itself could and really should be an additional income stream. I've also seen it in situations where customers will have a kind of canned reporting dashboard available for their clients, and then additional functionality and features can be added on top of that as an upsell as well. And honestly, what company doesn't want to be making more money? Next is a fast go to market. By choosing a partner in embedded analytics and not choosing to build your own analytic capabilities, where you will inevitably run into deployment issues, setbacks, delays, constraints with time and resources, the longer it takes you to go to market, the longer it is before you generate that revenue. Which brings me to this final benefit, focusing on your core product. Analytics isn't your end game. Embedding into business intelligence rather than building it frees up your developers to focus on your product. Analytics is our expertise, and companies like ours are constantly improving, adding new features, integrating with the latest technologies, so that you and your clients are really getting the latest and greatest product as well as experience. And that's just not something you can dedicate resources to without taking the focus off of something else. So I hope you can see all these added benefits that using an embedded solution would bring to your product and your company. And with that, I'd like to kind of dig in deeper to some more tangible evidence and pivot and introduce my partner that I've got on the call today, Rosa, lead product manager at iSight. And she's here to share with you the benefits that she's seen directly from using an embedded analytics solution within her product. So thanks for joining us, Ashley.
Yeah, thank you, Morgan. So my name is Rosa. I'm the lead product manager at iSight, where I'm responsible for the creation and execution of core product management practices. So my job is to understand our users and help build solutions that will help them do their job and succeed. So at iSight, we've been in business for over 20 years, 10 of those years partnering with Yellowfin. Our main goal is to help our customers manage investigations and things that can go wrong in the workplace. So think harassment, discrimination, misconduct, fraud, anything along those lines. And if things go wrong, it can create a significant amount of risk for our clients and for companies in general, which could be something like a financial lawsuit, or it could be damage to a company's reputation where you see them in the news headlines, or the other side of that might be that it creates a really terrible place to work when things are going wrong in your company. And all companies want to provide a good, safe experience for their employees, and they want to retain talent and recruit new employees and get good reviews on things like Glassdoor or Indeed. So what we do is provide a case management software to streamline investigations for when things go wrong. But more importantly, we help educate our customers on how valuable that data can be. And the data that's captured in iSight provides you with information that you need to analyze results and prevent incidents and losses, and ultimately to help protect your employees from these things too.
Awesome. Yeah, I love that overview and that use case, because I think, we can really understand where the importance of data comes into in a situation like that, and being able to really dig into it and then target your approach on mitigating and fixing these issues that are found in the workplace. So,
yeah,
like you said, iSight's been around for quite a while. You've been working with Yellowfin for quite a while as well. What got iSight to the place where they realized an embedded analytics solution was, the appropriate path to take and what they needed for their customer base?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I've been with iSight for 6 years, so the decision to move to this solution was a little bit before my time. But what was happening was a lot of our clients were asking for something like this, for asking for a BI or some form of analytics. And originally, we tried to build a solution ourselves, so to build our own reporting tool. And that didn't really work out because we couldn't really keep up with the additional requirements that were coming in. There was a lot of need for what an embedded analytics tool would do, and it was pulling us away from our main focus, which is to do case management investigation solutions. So that's how we kind of came around to finding an embedded solution instead, and partnering rather than trying to build our own solution within our product.
Absolutely. Yeah. As a customer success manager, I actually run into that situation more often than you would think. A lot of companies really start out with kind of trying their own homegrown solution, and either it doesn't work or it's just too hard to scale as your business grows and as customer needs change. It's difficult to continue to manage. So definitely understand how relying on a partner to do that for you can be beneficial.
Yeah.
So after that switch, Ashley, to embedded analytics, you guys have been working with the product for quite a while and offering these insights to your customers. What are some of those wins and benefits that you're seeing within your customer base?
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of benefits. I put together a couple demos to just kind of walk through some examples so that you can see it in action. But yeah, if you want to just pull up the next demo there. But basically, I'm going to be showing an example of a sales dashboard that we show, but it does apply to a lot of our clients. So what you're looking at is just an overview. This is an example of a global view of what some of your reports can look like, where you can really drill into where issues might be happening. A lot of our customers are global, so those types of reports would be important to them. Yeah, and then what I do want to show is this idea of the compare functionality. So what you're going to look at here is an analysis of trends year over year. A lot of organizations actually see an increase in investigations, which is really common. It has everything to do with growth, everything to do with what your employees might find acceptable in the workplace. But this is an example of an increase of cases from November 2018 to November 2019, where it's analyzing your data and seeing what's going on with that increase, and it's going to actually pull out specific examples of where the increases are happening. So here you can see that there's an increase in cases in the United States, for example. So I'd probably point some resources there rather than maybe in Australia or Germany, where you can see there's actually a decrease in variance of cases. So this allows you to really dig in and see where you can focus your resources going forward, rather than just looking at your data and looking at the numbers. You can actually see where things are happening and why. So here you can see the types of issues that are popping up. So since there's an increase in pension here in this example, I'm probably not going to invest more resources into corporate fraud, because we're seeing more in pensions and things like that, or it could be discrimination, for example. So one real life example, just to help visualize this a little bit more, we have a client who is a global company. It's an energy drink company, and they were seeing an increase in harassment cases. And with this tool, they were able to see, okay, it's specifically happening in one region, specifically in North America, and they could point their attention there directly and add more training and education specifically there, rather than spreading it thin, across their entire company. And the end benefit was that they did see a decrease in their harassment cases go down by 30% in the following year. So that's one positive use of how you can actually prevent things. So you can focus your attention in one spot and begin preventing these things from happening in the future. I do have one more example. And in the next slide there, I have another demo or quick video example. So this is an example of a presentation. So imagine, you put a collection of reports together for maybe an executive meeting, and this allows you to interact with your data in real time. You can click through these reports, and if a question gets asked, you can interact and answer those questions right away, because you have it right there. So in this example, we're seeing cases by country, and I can see there's quite a few more cases in the US. So maybe I want to drill in and see which cities specifically am I seeing these incidents happen. And here in this example, I can see, okay, Pleasanton has almost 5 times the amount of cases than some of these other offices, whereas Boston, Chicago might be larger offices. So why would this be? I can drill in to see the types of issues that are happening. And as these questions pop up, you can get answers to them and in real time start making decisions, so that not only is this saving you a ton of time, it's allowing you to actually take action and answer questions as they pop up. So, and just another example that I can give you of where something like this has been useful for our clients. We have a client, it's a moving company, and they were seeing a lot of accidents happening. And just to elaborate, this is another global company, and they were seeing incidents specifically happening with backing up their trucks. So you might not think that's that big of a deal, but then when you see it happening on a grand scale, and then you can drill in and see, okay, it's a specific region where this is happening, they were able to put a new defensive driving technique in place, where they train them to get out and look before they go. And something as simple as that kept a lot of people safe and reduced the amount of accidents that they were seeing. And that's something that they were able to answer with their data by drilling into it and analyzing what they had. So just another example. I could go on with lots of different examples of benefits that our clients have seen, but I'll leave it at that for now. And yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, I love those. This last one in particular, I really like how you can visualize the data and present it in a PowerPoint type presentation. But then, if there's questions that come up during that conversation, it's not something you need to take offline and have another meeting for. Let's dig into it right now and find those answers. So I really love this form of kind of data consumption. And then I also love, Ashley, that you can tie tangible numbers to these things. A 30% decrease in incidents is great to hear from a customer base, that they were able to use that data to solve a problem and make decisions.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ashley. Those were great examples. I really appreciate it. And I hope everybody on the call has been able to kind of get the wheels turning as to how, your company could benefit from an embedded solution like this, and how your customers can start being better problem solvers and getting more insights through the data that is available. So keeping with the topic, I am going to switch over to Q&A for the last about 5 minutes here. And if you do have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the chat. I've invited a technical person from our Yellowfin team to join the conversation as well, so don't be afraid to ask any questions. We should be able to answer whatever you've got for us.
Awesome, thank you. Thank you so much, Morgan and Ashley. Very informative presentation there. Got a question here from Amelia. Quick question for Ashley. How easy was this to implement, and who was involved from your team?
Yeah, so this was back 10 years ago since we've been partnering with Yellowfin, but now it's become a solution that we provide with all of our clients, and it is embedded within our software. So we point our database to the Yellowfin database, and it's quite seamless. In terms of getting started, you might have to make some modifications to your product to have that embedded solution, but now it's part of our solution. So I would say it's that's what I would say about that. In terms of who was involved in the team, that was our CTO and the other partners who are still around at iSight. So if that's who would have been involved back then.
Yeah, and just to add on to that, Ashley, most embedded products are kind of an out-of-the-box solution. So typically it is a fairly easy process to get started on. And then, once those customers start engaging with the data and you want to customize things and do certain specific things, that's where time-consuming part can come in. But to get it up and going is definitely kind of out of the box, low code, something you can get up and going pretty quickly.
Nice, thank you. I've had a question come in on the private chat from Michelle, who wants to know how do you convey to your customers that it's easy, that who are not data literate, that this is really easy to use and use visualizations?
Yeah, I think, Ashley, if you want to add to this as well for your current customer base, but I think the way that it's consumed in this dashboard format is really user-friendly to people that, aren't typically immersed in the data. By including a tool such as Yellowfin to embed into your application, it's really going to allow for a user-friendly experience. And like I said, you can make it seamless from your application, to this embedded product, and your customers would be none the wiser that they would be into a different product, because it is so seamlessly integrated with your current application.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would agree with that. And like one thing that we do, so sometimes being a report author or building the reports could be a learning process because you're learning a new tool. What we do, we set up a lot of these reports and dashboards for our clients ahead of time, or work with them on what they want to see. So it's really just a matter of going to your dashboard, and they load for you, or maybe you have a broadcast set up, which will just email them to you periodically, which is super convenient for a lot of our clients. So if you are, not a power user of these types of tools, you're just going to be accessing the information and clicking to interact, not necessarily building them.
Awesome. Do we have any more questions from the audience? While waiting for any more to come through, I believe that, well, I believe, I know that we've got some swag in the handouts, and Morgan, would you like to share about kind of what giveaways Yellowfin have?
Absolutely, yeah. Thanks, Heather. If you don't mind, keep an eye on any questions that come in. I'm just going to move to my next and final slide. As a thank you to everybody that's joined us today, we wanted to give you some virtual swag to help guide you in this embedded analytics journey if it's something you're just getting into or learning more about. So you can find these in the handout section over by the chat window, and included is a white paper. And this is how to select an embedded analytics product, 12 criteria to consider. This white paper was written by Wayne Eckerson. He is author, speaker, founder of the Eckerson Group, and he's a specialist in all facets of data analytics. This white paper is going to bring you through the benefits of building versus buying, some of the key differentiators in integrating analytics within your app. And then also we have an ebook provided to you. And this really is the ultimate guide to embedded analytics. It's a one-stop shop from A to Z, really, how to get your vision and your goals and objectives started, all the way to building that delivery team, how you might price this, testing and integration into your own app, and then finally, like launch and rollout processes. And there's also case studies included in here as well. So lots of great information for you guys to start on that embedded analytics journey. And then additionally, if there's any other questions, please feel free to reach out to myself or Ashley via the Slack channel. We're both on there and available to answer any further questions you guys might have.
Thanks, Morgan. And I've also just dropped the Yellowfin website to the top of the chat as well. So if anyone wants to just have a browse and check out the solution as well, you can do so there. Yes, Alan, these two docs are under handouts. So if you click on that tab, you will be able to download them or preview them there. Well, if we've got no more questions from the audience, I would really encourage everyone to reach out directly to Morgan or Ashley on the Slack channel or on LinkedIn. Do download the handouts and take a look at the website. But I'd like to thank everyone for joining, and thank you, Morgan and Ashley, for your time and for joining us today. It was a great presentation.
Thank you, Heather.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Take care.